Adam Levine has been the unmistakable face and voice of Maroon 5 for more than 20 years. Maroon 5 is the band that has successfully blurred the lines between pop, rock, and R&B, resulting in a sound that is both instantly recognized and perpetually fresh. Currently on the verge of entering a brand new era, Levine is forthcoming with information regarding the band's most recent studio album, as well as the enormous arena tour that will follow. Fans all over the world believe that this is more than simply a comeback, it is a rebirth, with a trip back to the studio. The past few years have been a veritable frenzy for Levine. Finding the time to create new music has been a challenge for him because of his responsibilities as a coach on The Voice, his duty as a father, and the occasional acting role he has taken on. However, he claims that this time around, the band was resolute in their pursuit of a sound that was not only authentic to their origins, but also indicative of where they are at the present moment. In a recent sit-down, Levine expressed his sentiments by saying, "This album feels like a full-circle moment. When we first began, it was all about being honest and having soul. We were able to explore with a wide variety of sounds during the course of our career, including techno, funk, and even collaborations with hip-hop musicians. But this record, it has a sense of being us. A stripped-down, raw, and heartfelt quality can be seen in it. It's Maroon 5 in the year 2025, but it's also Maroon 5 from the year 2002. Individuals who were initially captivated by songs about Jane might be able to identify with that sentiment. Early reports from the studio indicate that the new album relies mainly on live instrumentation, with fewer synthetic embellishments and more guitar-driven arrangements than previous albums produced by the studio. The front and center of the stage is Levine's voice, which continues to soar and is definitely his. The sound of the present moment. According to Levine, the album is characterized as being both nostalgic and contemporary. It is an album that acknowledges the band's past while also embracing the progression of mainstream music. "It's probably the most vulnerable I've ever been on a record," Levine disclosed. "There's a track called Gravity that's where I'm most vulnerable. It is about slowing down, about acknowledging the pull of your family, your heritage, and the things that are most important to take into consideration. Then there is this song with a fast-paced beat called Electric City, which is all about the excitement of being alive, love, and being full of energy. It's a balance. That's something we've always been worried about." Additionally, the band is once again relying on collaborations, which has been a defining characteristic of its most successful tunes in recent years. Levine has hinted that one of the surprise guest vocalists on the album will be an artist nobody would expect, but everyone will love. Rumors are circulating that the record will surprise at least 2 guest vocalists. Having a life outside of music. The guy who sang "She Will Be Loved" when he was 20-something and trying to navigate success is not the same person that Levine is now, at the age of 46. At the present time, he is a father to 3 small children and a husband to the model Behati Prinsloo himself. In addition, he acknowledges that the parts he has played have altered the way he approaches music. "My children have bestowed upon me a sense of perspective," Levine added with a grin. "Dad is who I am when I'm at home. The lead singer of Maroon 5 is not me. My name is Adam Levine. I am just the person that likes to make pancakes, get up at 3 in the morning to calm them down when they have nightmares, and attempt to persuade them to brush their teeth. I adore it as well. The work is strengthened by the fact that it is grounded in actual life. When you enter the studio, you do so with a sense of purpose. You're not simply composing for yourself. Rather, you are writing something that is significant. This sense of maturity is present throughout the entirety of the record. Songs that were originally about transitory romances have grown into songs that are about commitment, resilience, and the beauty of love that lasts all the way through. However, there is no need to be concerned since the infectious hooks and swagger that made Maroon 5 one of the most successful pop artists in the world are still very much alive and well. The arena tour, more exciting than ever before. Without a tour, it is obvious that a new era for Maroon 5 would not be considered complete. In addition, Levine guarantees that the forthcoming stage has been designed to have an immersive experience, almost as if you are into our universe by the time you leave. The graphics will tell a tale from the beginning of the show all the way through to the conclusion of the show. When people leave, we want them to remark things like, That wasn't just a gig. That was a journey, that was art, and that was a theatrical performance. The band will showcase not only their most recent album but also their wide library of songs during the tour, which is scheduled to begin in North America before moving on to other countries. From This Love and Sunday Morning to Moves Like Jagger and Sugar, Levine is well aware that his audience anticipates a collection of new songs in addition to their long-standing favorites. On the other hand, he stated, "We're not going to shy away from playing the songs that people love. As I look out the window each night, I am able to observe the way in which She Will Be Loved connects with individuals. It is forever. On the other hand, I also want to push myself and the band to new limits. We're not just jukeboxes, we're artists who are still making new things and developing new styles. Connecting with the audience." Levine has stated that the immediate interaction with fans was one of the things that he missed the most when he was temporarily away from touring. Although social media platforms allow artists to maintain a virtual connection with one another, there is no substitute for the rush of adrenaline that comes from performing in front of tens of thousands of people and experiencing their enthusiasm. In his admission, he stated, "You can't replicate that. The greatest high in the world is when a crowd sings back to you," said the musician himself. Following the pandemic, I believe that all of us have a deeper appreciation for it. Live music must be revered since it is communal and therapeutic. It is something that I do not ever want to take for granted again. The fact that fans themselves have evolved is something that Levine acknowledges. It was noted by him that our audience grew up with us. When our first record was out, some of them were still in their teenage years, and now they are bringing their children to see us perform. That is unfathomable to me. It is as if we have been a part of the music that has been playing in people's lives. That is the highest honor possible. In the face of the critics, no matter how successful they have been, Maroon 5 has never been without their detractors. Some people refer to the band as being excessively polished, while others accuse them of following trends. Levine, on the other hand, is unconcerned. To put it another way, he stated, "Look, we've always done what feels right in the moment. That may need you to try new things at times. On occasion, this entails the creation of a song that is nothing but pure pop joy. When all is said and done, I create music for the admirers, for the other members of my band, and for personally. I don't care if it's not well received by critics. Who are the folks who attend the shows? The only people who truly matter, are they?" Moving on to the future. At the same time that he is getting ready to take the new album on the road, Levine is feeling both excited and contemplative. The band Maroon 5 is still performing in arenas, topping charts, and redefining what it means for pop music to be successful 20 years into a career that many people believed might only survive for a few albums. "I think about that kid who wrote Harder to Breathe in his apartment, and how far we've come," Levine pondered. "I think about how far we've come. What a crazy idea. On the other hand, I am still experiencing the hunger. Preparing for a performance still gives me jitters. When we finish a new song, I still get a joyful feeling within. Because of this, I am able to know that I am carrying out my destiny." However, what about the legacy of the new album? Additionally, Levine thinks that it will demonstrate to fans that the story is not yet complete, while also reminding them of the reasons why they fell in love with Maroon 5 in the first place. "This is not the end of the story," he stated again. "The following one is this one. I also believe that it could be our best work to date." Final remarks. Adam Levine and Maroon 5 are demonstrating once more that they are more than just a pop band. They continue to demonstrate that they are an institution with the release of a new album that is full of soul and an arena tour that is geared to amaze. The next tour is going to be one of the most significant musical events of the year, and it will be a great opportunity for fans who are anxious to hear new music and relive old favorites.